remember the first time you ever drank a beer?
No, I don't.
What's the earliest
she was
beer?
drunk at the time.
Your dad didn't
Yeah,
give
I
you
was
one?
drunk at the time.
What's the earliest drinking that you can remember?
I can't. I cannot remember my first drink.
Well, I mean, just generally,
Oh,
somewhere.
yeah.
What's the earliest
I'm not
drink?
telling you.
That where the point would be to record the
The
story.
thing is, she was underage.
Were you
And
I was
she,
were you
underage.
14,
I was under. No, I wasn't 14.
15?
Maybe 16.
What kind of beer would it have been?
I don't know.
Sterling.
Seriously, what kind of beer did they sell back then?
Who's
Oh.
ready for one of these?
See,
Oh.
change the subject.
Yeah.
Schlitz.
I knew it.
Oh.
She remembers.
That's-
Really? Was it Schlitz?
Yeah,
The good
because they
stuff.
had a Z in it.
There you go.
That's good. See, this is good.
Who's gonna have a cake with me?
So that's just.
Cake, I thought that was pie I bought. We're going into.
I want to hear
It's,
more about your
chocolate.
first drinking. I bet you were a wild woman.
Is this sugar free?
Not really.
Mother,
Did you get drunk? Were you drunk at 16 ever?
No. I didn't like that part.
well then obviously you had that part because you didn't like it.
Yeah, I had it, and I didn't like it, so I didn't do it all the time.
Point Rusty. We see right through your stories. We want to hear about them.
You ain't getting them all.
Okay, let me ask you a question, a history question. When you had your first Schlitz beer,
It's just a small one.
oh, you suck.
Just a big one for you.
Was that before they had the pull tabs? Did you have to open the beer with a can opener?
Oh, God.
Oh,
I
that
think
was
we
back
had
in the day.
Well, that's what I'm asking.
I think we
How do
had
you
one.
know?
I've seen them.
Because I don't think
You
they
kept bringing
they
them home.
invented. I don't think they invented pop tabs until like way later.
75.
Yeah, I think we had
You had can openers,
oh, no, I'm pretty sure.
like pointed can openers.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
had to
Or
push in the top.
With the
I got-
with the pointy can opener.
I got one there in the drawer.
Seriously.
One of the old ones, yeah. They used to give them out every time you bought
Not a
beer.
P38 or anything.
So where did you go to drink back in your 16-year-old version?
us kids, we'd head to north of town.
Here in Lafayette? No, this was
No.
back in.
I'm up in Newberry.
All you had were trees and deer.
Yeah, deer and trees. And we would
Deer
go
and
with
beer
a
and
couple
trees.
guitars.
Oh, you sang around the campfire?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
No dueling banjos.
No banjos. Guitars. Renee, you ready?
Yeah.
I'll take a little bit.
All right.
Did you ever drink anything besides Schlitz?
I probably did. I can't remember, honey. Really, tell you the truth, I can't.
I think you'll remember if we talk about it long enough. I like hearing your stories because it makes me think of good old days.
That was before your time.
Well, that's why I imagine sort of how fun it might have been before everybody just sat around playing video games.
Oh.
I mean, it must have been fun when you
They
actually had
don't
to go
even
do
drink
something.
beer anymore of that. I
There's
bet.
some spoons.
Yes, we do. What about your first fight, Mother?
That's
Oh wait,
one.
you beat up somebody, didn't you?
Oh, yeah.
Gave him a black eye, and Grandpa gave her a quarter for it.
Who did you beat up?
A girl
It could have been a boy.
that I wanted to beat her up for over a year, and she always avoided me.
Why did you want to beat her up?
Something rather she had said that I did and I didn't, and it wasn't good. So I was gonna kick shit on her.
Who was it she said you did that with?
I don't know. I don't remember that much because I was young. I
And
don't,
drunk.
You were what age?
I was 16.
Okay, 16. We did this math before. What year were you born?
38.
38. What's 38 plus 16?
44.
1944 we're talking. 1944,
54.
54. So about the same time you're drinking Schlitz, you also decide you want to beat somebody up.
Yeah.
This is good. We're getting the
We're saying you
timeline.
did something that you probably didn't do.
Right, I was mad at her because she was mounting stuff that wasn't true.
Did you ever get caught with the stuff that was true?
Oh yeah, a lot of times.
Okay. Did you get into fights over that?
No, just with my dad.
That was a losing battle.
No, that was a losing battle. That was a belt.
You got whoopings on your butt?
But then
never
there was
had those.
sometimes I got him. I didn't deserve him. It wasn't my fault. But then there's other times he didn't catch me. So I mean, it evened up.
Okay, let's go forward in time since this is just a practice run. Did Renee ever do anything that required her bare butt being whipped?
No.
Really?
So you're saying you never caught Renee doing anything that should have got her butt whooped?
I would have caught her.
Was she the perfect child?
I don't know about perfect.
Nobody's perfect, but she was the one that didn't give me the most headaches.
Who got butt whippings? Somebody in this
Chucky
family.
needed them more than anybody
Somebody
else.
in this family got butt whippings on their bare white lily butt.
Pause.
Chucky.
What did he do? What was the first thing that he did? How old was
Everything.
he when he finally became bad?
I don't know. I can't remember.
Point that camera towards you. You look guilty.
The night
Because I remember him
he come home, the cops brought him home for stealing a bicycle.
that I didn't steal.
Then,
On a
but
bicycle.
Stuart
Yeah.
Adams stole
You're
that
gonna get your butt
bicycle.
whipped now because she's just finding out
Mhm.
about it.
but
Boy,
the thing
I
is,
should've been
he
trouble.
said he didn't take it, but it was in my backyard in his corner.
No, it was in the basement.
Well, one time,
Stuart Adams brought a bike over, and I didn't know he stole it. And he sold me parts to it. So I was taking those parts. Unbeknownst to me, it was like a $400 bike, and back then that'd probably be about a
That would be a
$2,000
lot,
bike
yeah.
now.
Yeah, $400 bike was.
And everything was all good.
Why was it in the basement?
I was taking it apart. It was raining
He was
outside.
gonna fence it. I mean,
I
he
was
He was hiding
Teenager.
it.
I was 13.
12, 13 years
what year
old.
would that have been? 13. Do the math.
Right.
No, no, seriously. What year? When you were 13.
1980. And I got put in the back of the squad car. And you had a discussion with the police officer. And you said he told me that he didn't do it because he wouldn't lie to me. He fears me more than he fears
Probably scared the
you.
police officer to death. She comes over there and goes,
The cop, he took me out of the car, unhandcuffed me, and let me back inside.
I never
That
heard
must
of
You had
these
be-
stories.
handcuffs
This is
on at
brand new stuff.
13?
I had handcuffs at
Yeah.
13, and I didn't do it.
That must
And I
have
knew
been
I was right.
That had
Now.
been the second bike he stole because one of them was in my backyard.
No, we all had
The
bikes.
cop
We had a,
was at the door with a Rusty.
No, the best part is when the police officer came here, I went upstairs first and put something down that shouldn't have been in my pocket at the time.
what would have that been?
About 4 joints worth.
Oh,
Chucky.
you were 13. You were 13.
I don't want to hear more of this.
You're gonna get your butt whipped now. It's
Oh, yeah.
retroactive
Yeah.
butt
Mother
beating.
mother
You
always
can't
told
beat him, It's
us.
too late. It's like so far ago.
Mother already told us, always tell me the
35
truth
years
and it'll be
ago.
okay. She just never put a time limit on the truth thing.
Did you know he was smoking grass?
No,
Yes, you did because you caught me.
I never caught you.
And then you smoked all the
no,
weed yourself.
because I caught something and you told me it was somebody else's.
Scott Jenkinson had put a joint in his cuff of his pant leg. And you
Yeah,
asked me if it was mine, and I said no, it was not. And it was not.
Whose was it?
It was Scott's.
I told him to get it the hell out of here and never come back again with it.
No, you took it, and you kicked him out of the
Now,
house.
this is back when pot was considered like major evil drug, right?
Yeah.
By the society.
Yeah. But you asked me, was it mine? I told you the truth. No, it was not. We'd already smoked mine. That was his.
Chucky.
You didn't know all this? How about now? Did T have any bad habits like that? Where you?
Who do you think I put the pot to when I went downstairs and got
Hey,
handcuffed?
hey,
Chucky.
he smoked pot.
Oh, did?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
We grew it upstairs.
Hey,
Back
No
then,
wonder I was
it was
never
the thing.
in any cool groups in school. I never smoked anything ever.
because Mike Healy was the dealer.
Oh
yeah,
my
he-
gosh!
Mike Healy,
Why am I not
Hey,
recording?
do you ever see Mike Healy?
Why don't I have this thought for this history?
Mike Healy
You
had
run
something
around
called a
with
Healy
I just
joint.
remember him. He was a good friend of Teeb's.
A Healy
Yeah.
joint was about the size of an average person's finger. But he would get a bag of pot. They would sift it, take everything that was smokable, put it in the bags, and everything on the bottom was called shake. He put all that into a giant pickle jar.
Learning terminology.
When the pickle jar got full,
I'm gonna be a
he would
drug
create
dealer.
something out of that. He used to create at Halloween parties wafers.
I know that. I'd have created him.
I missed it. And you know what's funny is no one ever shared, even though I sort of knew you guys just a little. I never had any idea. No one. I was the on-hip guy that no one knew. That knew nothing about drugs.
Yeah.
Zero.
You were the good kid.
No, I just didn't know. I was so naive. They probably thought I'd freak out.
Well, I'm glad.
I wonder how Teeb knew never to bring that up to me. I mean,
Because you were the good
I never
kid.
drank anything. I never smoked anything. But he must have been recreationally doing that thing back in the day.
Back then he was.
Yes.
Because we graduated 77. So you're talking all around 76 to 79, 80.
I
Yeah.
don't like hearing that, Chucky.
Well,
Because
this is just, it's
Teeb-
nice to know what really is going on.
No.
at the
Some things I don't want to know.
at the Prohibition, which was the bar down at Market Square Lane,
Oh, yeah, I remember that was a meat market.
Rick Denhart used to sell marijuana.
Well,
Oh
you
my
know, like,
God, I'd have kicked his
Prohibition
hind
was
end
just-
to then.
Rick Denhart sold it to the football players at Jeff. You remember Teeb used to work at the zoo. So
Yeah.
Teeb had scars all over his hands, this and that, and no one really knew who Teeb was. He was just very buff. Well, when Teeb and Rick are down there drinking, just relaxing, the football team, and I don't know how he got in the bar early, but he did. The football team, 4 or 5 guys came in to beat up Rick. And Teeb, while scratching his knuckles, said, well, if you're going to take him, you're going to take me outside also. Because I'm not going to let you beat up Rick. And one of the guys had mentioned something about, look at his hands, he must be a fighter. And when they left, Teeb's like, no, I wrestle with the tiger. Because we have pictures of him with Samantha.
I think I might have seen one of those pictures.
I've got those pictures.
Maybe that's why I've seen it.
And it was just, Teeb was in the center of everything, but he was more of the protector of most everyone else. It was hilarious. Because I threw that bag in his lap and said, I got to go. The cops are downstairs. And he's like, why in the hell are you throwing me a bag of pot when the cops are downstairs? But I was out of the car because I didn't do anything wrong at that time.
Well, let's get back to you then. I want to hear all the bad things you did.
I never done this stuff.
Did you ever get a contact high, Dorie?
What's that?
When people smoke
This
pot,
conversation has drifted.
Boy, it just did. Why don't we get
When
into
people smoke
something-
pot-
Chucky.
when did you get a contact high?
Chucky.
Yeah. I was coming back on the bus, Greyhound from up north. And it comes all through the wilderness to Chicago. And then here, some guys was on there. And they were in the back smoking pot. And it's at night that,
Why does this sound like a Blues Brothers movie?
well, this was true too. And they were in the back smoking it because I could smell it. And I was.
How did you know you
it
got
was at
high?
night. And so I'm dreaming weird stuff.
Oh.
What kind of dreams?
I don't know, they were just so weird that I knew it was from that daggone pot. When we got to Chicago,
That daggone plot.
Dang.
when we got to Chicago, I told the driver, he said, why didn't you tell me we'd have kicked him off? I said, where? In the middle of the woods?
Well,
'Cause that's what it was up in through there.
they could do that back then.
Yeah, bears don't eat people on pot. Didn't you know that?
Hey, tell us while she's not here. Tell us something about Terry. What did she do bad? When did she need a spanking?
She was perfect too.
Terry was not perfect. I'm sure she got a spanking. Terry,
So
did you
was
get a
Donnie.
spanking?
Those kids can tell you what they want you to know.
No, we're here to find out from you.
No, just like Chucky. His mouth run.
Mother, you always told me, tell you the truth. You just never put a time limit on it.
Well, there's some things I've said too. There's some things I don't need to know now. And some of that I don't need to know. No.
I'll have to remember some of these things and tell you later then.
Tell me when I got Alzheimer's.
So I've been telling you that for the last 5 years. You forgot already?
Yeah.
Okay.
Those are still
Who
good.
was the
I
angel
don't get it
child?
anymore. Huh?
Who was the angel child?
Well, wasn't Chucky.
But
Who was
I
the little
do
kiss butt that
remember-
was the angel child? Prego.
Kiss
But I
butt?
remember the one time
Never
when
got beat.
a boyfriend of hers, well, half a boyfriend.
You had to have a boyfriend.
How do you have half a boyfriend, Dory?
Well,
I used to.
she used to have half a boyfriend. Because it wasn't all that serious. Oh. And he came in, he got too close to me when he came in the door after he brought her back for a ride. And I could smell booze on him.
Move over, Prego.
Because I was by the door there when he came. And I did jump his butt, didn't I, Renola?
Yeah.
More.
And I chewed him out.
You were protective of your golden angel?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know about that.
I was protective of her anyway.
You told me once that Terry was a little bit wild.
That was me.
Mom was a little wild.
That was me.
I like hearing about the old days, though.
So did you ever get, you and your friends up north, did you ever just go get alcohol and go up to like Dollarville Dam and chill out?
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Let's hear it.
We'd head out like that. Well,
Get drunk and fish? What?
when I blacked that girl's eye, it was because we was a bunch of us in the car and we went down to Dollarville. The boys went in to get some booze.
And how old were you?
16, 17.
Just checking.
And that's when her and I started quarreling.
Oh, she was in the car with you.
Yeah, because we went in bunches. There was, in fact, 4 of us girls in the car and probably 4 guys. I don't know. And a guitar. And that's when then
Guitar.
she said, I can remember that. You've been wanting to, whatever, get shit on me or whatever, how she said it. I don't know. I said, yeah, why don't you get out? She said, okay, let's get out of the car. Well, she outweighed me by probably 35 to 40 pounds. But it didn't frighten me. And so when she got out, and then I got out, and she had to walk up and started to talk to me. And that's when
You
And
rounded
she
roundhouse.
How was
her?
that, Mom? How was that little swing?
From down, below, and up.
That girl.
And she did. She went backwards and on over. And when she got up, then I did it again. But
You hit her while she was down.
And then
No, she
I
got
didn't.
back
I
up.
waited till she got up. And then when she got up and was trying to get in the car, I wouldn't let her in the car. I had her leaned over the car just to whoop it. Just to beat. The boys came out and drugged me off.
How many boys did it take to drag you off?
It took more than 2.
Grampy would have been proud.
Who was your first boyfriend ever? The guy you crushed on.
Bill Cosby.
Bill Cosby. Yeah.
Let's check these
His
in.
dad.
Is his name really Bill Cosby?
No.
No, Bill Cosby, the black man.
Oh,
All those rape stories.
stop it.
Mom attacked him.
Ah, yeah, I attacked him.
No, seriously. Who was your first boy?
Well, you wouldn't know if I told you.
Well, let's
The
hear it.
name,
No, just tell me.
Lawrence.
Lawrence.
Yeah.
What was? How did you know him?
He lived down the block from us, and all of us kids used to play baseball, softball together. And there was one place that had a big front yard here where we could play.
Was there any smoochy face?
Yeah,
Who would have leaned in for the smoochy face, him or you?
both of us.
Oh, come on now. Somebody usually leans in first.
Oh, I really don't remember.
He was a nice guy.
Yeah. No, I didn't. It wasn't my first kiss, though. No,
How old were you on your first kiss, Mother?
I don't remember. Probably 15.
Okay.
Do you remember who?
Yeah.
Who kissed first?
Wayne.
Wayne. Wow, you had quite a few boyfriends when you were 15, 16. Wayne. What was Wayne like?
It was Edith's brother,
Oh, okay.
my girlfriend's brother. We used to pass notes in school
Were you in love?
for a short period of time.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's cute.
That was my first boyfriend. It wasn't.
Did Grampy like him?
Yeah.
Okay.
What school did you go to?
Up there.
The only
Newberry.
school there.
What was the name of it?
Newberry High School.
Big school?
No, not really.
Now, when we were up there, I mean, we saw a smaller version of like Jeff High School. Was it all 3-4 classes in one room? Did you have like 9th, 10th, and 11th in one class, or did you actually have separate classes?
Separate classes.
Okay.
It's a small town.
You graduate high school?
Not there. I didn't. I quit because I had me a job working, and then I came down here and got my GED.
To Lafayette?
Yeah.
So you came, what year did you come, how old were you when you came to Lafayette?
Oh yeah. Dondi was 9 months old when Mel and I got married, or a year old, about a year old.
Was she a fussy baby?
Well, she had pneumonia.
Holy cow. Like for a long time.
She was born with asthma, they said, and got pneumonia. She was about 6 weeks old and in the hospital. And she had pneumonia 2-3 times in the hospital.
Is she the oldest girl?
Dondi, she's the baby girl.
She's the baby.
Yeah.
Terry
Terry's the
Renee.
oldest, and then Renee, and then her. And
So,
then
so how old were the others
Peter
when?
Banana.
What's the age spread? Like how many years
Yeah.
separate?
Terry, born in 1960, and her 61, and Dondi 62, and Chucky and
67.
7. Okay.
Who was the fussiest baby?
TV colic bad.
Colic is just where a kid's just sick.
Tummy ache and throwing up all over.
Oh. Didn't know that.
And it was in this house?
No.
Where do you guys live?
I was married before.
Oh, that's right.
So,
That's the Eugene.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
What house was that?
That was in Wisconsin. And,
Oh, in Wisconsin.
I'm not allowed in the state of Wisconsin.
Was this the first house?
Dear little
In
bastard
Lafayette?
there. What?
First house in Lafayette was here?
Mm-mm. When Mel and I got married, he had a house over by Jefferson Square.
Where at over there? Which do you remember the road?
Yeah, I can't remember. It was just back and around in there.
Probably around Eastland, and is it Eastland or
No,
Eastwich?
it wasn't it though.
Yeah.
But anyhow, we were there for 6 months, rented off of.
What school did you go to first time, Renee?
All these kids.
Was it Oakland? Okay.
Oh yeah.
And they're
Because
opening
6
Oakland back up.
months,
It
then
sounds
we-
amazing.
Yeah, I
Here.
heard that.
Okay.
Hi, Dad.
Hi, guys.
So when you got this house, what shape was it in? Because I'm sure it
Bad.
was
Don't
different.
you remember?
No.
Well, no, I remember I didn't
that.
enter the picture until about 77-ish.
No, it was.
You
it
entered
was
the picture sooner than
76,
77.
77, but probably no sooner. Well, it might have
You
been.
Yeah,
when I was a
you're
you
about
were
sophomore.
74,
like-
75.
At the earliest,
Early
it
to
would have been.
mid-70s.
Yeah.
It would early. Well, it was Jeff where I met Teeb, so I just didn't remember whether it was sophomore year, junior year, or senior year.
Probably.
I figured it was probably about junior year, so that would have been
But we
76.
had to buy it because
This one?
because not many people want to rent you with 4 kids,
Oh, seriously?
and he sold that one off from under us anyway. So we had to buy
Because how much do you pay for this
it.
house?
And 79, I think it
No, it
was.
was 8,500.
8,500.
8,500. Really? You got a house for $8,500?
Well, this was 50 years ago.
Yeah, but isn't that just amazing?
But
Yeah.
see, it was an old
64.
house. It was old then, and everything's been
Leaky
done.
windows, bad furnace.
But I remember
Walls
the
are
first
cracked.
day we moved in.
You do
We thought
remember?
it was
I do. I
wonderful.
remember coming through that door, and I was looking around saying, "Oh, I want to live here forever." I remember that.
Seriously? Did you guys have a lot of
It
stuff
was
to move in?
big. It
No,
was
not
a big
really.
house.
This old bed, the old couch. Rusty started firing the couch.
Oh yeah, you hid behind the couch. And
Why
Hid
is
under the couch.
Yeah, and was playing with matches.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
Dad's
Or
lighter.
lighter. Yeah.
what vehicle were you driving when you guys moved in here? I bet you can remember
Pontiac.
that. Pontiac, what kind?
The green one, 2-door.
And that's when we got married.
What model?
Yeah.
What year model?
In the 50s. 49, 50, 51 Pontiac.
I wonder what car that would have been. A two-door.
Anyway,
automobile.
we when we got married, somebody had put "just married" on the back window.
Of your car?
Yeah, and all that stuff. So we're coming down here in the middle of the night. Remember that? Some guy, he's washing the windows, you know. And he saw that and he looked down and seen all these kids.
Just
Mel
married.
says, we're washing that
Yeah.
just married off. I remember that.
One of them in the back window sleeping, a couple on
Yeah.
the back seat, one on the floor.
Yeah, because it was
We
one of
didn't
those
have Chucky
cars. It's
yet.
got the big back seat and big window. Kid could fit back there.
Yeah.
So what was this house like when you first got it then? How different was it?
Well, it was all plastered walls with the lath board under it. That's how old this
The white board with the stripes?
No,
lath.
no. Instead of
board.
drywall, it was you had the boards across, and then you plaster in between the whole thing and create a wall.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Hardwood
It's all
floors.
the old houses
And that
were
was
like.
2 rooms in there.
Now, did it have this back porch area?
Yeah, but
No, it wasn't like that.
It ended
It
right
was-
here. The house
No,
No,
ended.
there was something there, but it was just a mess.
There was a
broken
door there.
windows
a door
and
there.
old ugly shelves.
There's
Did it have the
cabinets on
garage?
that wall.
Was the
Yeah.
garage out there?
Yeah.
I remember a garage, but I don't remember that much
Yeah.
That
garage.
was it.
Yeah, there was 1, 2, 3, 4 doors in this house.
When did you get the piano?
Well, hell. Which one?
The one that was in the middle room that TV.
Baby grand.
Oh no, I had
There was
one
one
before the
before
baby
that.
grand.
We had the tall.
Because
Yeah.
she
That's
was
what I remember.
married.
I remember
Yes.
the tall.
Yeah,
Yeah,
upright.
500 pounds, 1,000 pounds,
That's heavy.
and
Yeah.
give that your name.
Yeah, he
Kevin.
caught me going up north. He gave the piano away.
What? He caught you going up north. What does that mean?
I was going up north.
But what do you mean he
waited
caught you?
He waited until Mom was out of the house to get rid of the piano.
He
Like
gave
sort
her
of
the
like a
piano.
couch thing that just.
Kinda.
So I said, that's enough. And I went down and rented the baby grand.
Oh, we are.
Now, did you blame Renee for taking the piano?
No, I blamed him for taking it and giving it to her.
Well, she wanted it. She cried. She wanted it.
And
Kevin didn't want it, but
When did Teep start playing piano?
I don't
when
think
we
he-
got the piano,
Because he played
and
better
got
than
the
me.
organ,
I remember that.
and it was just all by ear. And when we got the organ, you could take so many lessons free.
Oh.
Dan McGuire. And so got Team over there for a couple of them, and Dan told me, he said, there's no sense in giving the kid lessons. He's playing it all by ear.
Yeah,
He's
he was
not
good.
doing it by notes.
He was one of those people that always made me so jealous because I have to fight for every note. Some people could just play. He played that way.
He played by ear, and Dan said he's not reading it.
Because back then he had a one subject notebook because we didn't have the triple subjects like we did when we were kids. But he actually started one day and writing every song he could play. And he filled that book up. He'd sit there at the piano, try a song. Usually he'd hear it 3-4 times and he could play it.
I don't remember that.
I remember that one.
I just
'Cause it
remember
was
he'd
yellow.
get on that, and I'd get on the organ, or vice versa.
Well, this
Usually
was
he's
a
on
good
piano.
practice session. I think today was a good. This was good practice. We're just gonna have to capture it.